What does it truly mean to live a simple life as a Christian woman in today's crazy world? Hi, my name is Lori Ann, and welcome to this channel. Life today moves fast. It's loud, noisy, chaotic, demanding, and overwhelming. For those who are walking in faith, especially Christian women over 50, there is a deeper calling. A call to slow down, simplify, to be still and know that He is God. Today I want to share with you how simplifying your life is not just a lifestyle trend, but it's a deeply spiritual practice rooted in biblical truth. And I'll even share with you a little bit of how I'm trying to do this in my own life. Let's start with the heart of all of this. Living simply is not just about living with less, but it's more about making room. Room for God, room for peace, room for the people and experiences that matter most. In Matthew 3:33, we're reminded to seek first the kingdom of God and all these things. What are these things? Peace is the biggest one. They shall be added unto you. Simplicity is not about deprivation, but it's about devotion. Choosing what matters most and letting go of what doesn't. But let's be honest. Living simply today isn't easy. First, as women, we juggle our jobs, caregiving, expectations from culture, sometimes even from our church communities. We're told to be it all, have it all, do it all, or we're told we aren't doing enough, we need more things. And then there's the other talk that in order to have a simple life, you just have to leave town, move to the mountains, move to a shack, move to another country. And for most of us, that just really isn't going to work. It's not our reality. For me, I'm semi-retired. I teach 3 to 4 days in a very large school that is loud and noisy and overstimulating. And then I just recently moved to my parents' home, and it's 1 block off one of the major roads in the city. Noise is everywhere, and yet I hear God whispering, "Come away with me, be still." So despite the cars rushing back and forth or just stuck in traffic just a few feet away, I still feel Him inviting me to create moments of quiet, to lean into peace, even when the world is rushing by or at a standstill. So how do we simplify? Here are 3 suggestions. They probably aren't original. You might have heard them all, but I'm just going to give you my perspective on them. The first one is prioritizing faith. You can do this a few ways: Bible reading, Bible study, prayer, pondering. One verse that comes to mind is Psalm 64, 9 and 10. Proclaim the works of God and ponder what He has done. Let the righteous rejoice in the Lord and take refuge in Him. To live a simple life is to remove some of the things that really aren't that important to me and embrace that which is. And one of those things is my faith. And faith is like a relationship. I won't get to know who God really is if I don't spend time with Him, if I don't read His Word, if I don't encourage and learn from fellow believers. Number 2 is about decluttering. I have found since I've started decluttering over the last couple of years, and even more so when I was preparing to move to this home, is that a lot of stuff now that is gone has really lifted a stress off me. There are still a few things that I need to keep decluttering, and I probably always will declutter a little, but my major stuff has been done for now. But I know that in a few months, as we get warmer weather and summer happens, and I probably enter into another season of life, I'm sure more decluttering will come. I enjoy tidying up. I find that when I am doing light housework regularly, I like to come home to a clean house. I like to wake up and have rooms tidy. Sometimes the kitchen's not always clean, but I do my best to keep it clean, keep the dishes out of the sink, the little things. And again, it frees up space in me to make room for things that are more important. It takes away a lot of that stress and anxiety that clutter and piles and piles of stuff can bring. Especially for me, it was unfinished projects. I had a lot of them. I finally got rid of a bunch of them. I still have some, but not near what I used to have. And I'm still decluttering a little of that in my office. But as a whole, I sleep different. I still wake up in the middle of the night. That's a whole other story. We'll talk about sleep in another video. But for me, the simple act of tidying up has helped me to have a more simple life. And then the last one is to focus on meaningful relationships and even experiences. We won't necessarily always remember the things, but we often will remember the moments. Maybe a thing actually created a special moment for you. I think it's why bucket lists are so popular amongst people who are retired. But when it comes to relationships, I go visit my mom in long-term care a couple times a week. I talk to my sister almost every day on the phone. And I also talk to extended family members, whether it's through Facebook or phone calls, maybe once a week, once every other week. And then I have long conversations with friends almost on a weekly basis. And then we have small excursions, whether that's be to the garden center or markets or maybe a movie, usually maybe only once a month. But just taking the time to be and enjoy friends and family. One of the things I also do is I take long breaks from social media. How do I define long? That can be several days, few weeks. Often I'm going on social media to see what some of my friends are doing. I go on looking for recipes. I like to watch cute animal videos on whether they be cats, dogs, or, animals in general. I sometimes use it as a kind of an entertainment element, but I've really tried to stay away from all the other stuff because the book of Proverbs talks about guarding our hearts, for from them flow the well springs of life. And I have, in my younger years, watched some pretty gory movies and seen some pretty ugly, disturbing things, and I can't always shake those images. They're horrible. And for me to try and live a simple life, I don't need those added, images in my thoughts. When King David was writing Psalms, one of them he wrote was, "Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me." It takes work. But for me, as part of my simple life, that's what I want to focus on. My simple and quiet life is, I want it to be as an ambassador of God, a messenger of God's redemption and reconciliation. I am nowhere near being perfect, nor will I ever be perfect, because I don't think having a simple life is about being perfect. I think it's just being far more intentional with what really is important to you and to me, and live that direction. For some of us, it's going to be just cutting back on things, living more in the present, having a grateful heart and seeing the praiseworthy things of the Lord. For some of us, it's seeking God first and letting go of the things that hold us back. Our God is a God of peace, and living a simple life is often about living a peaceful life. And so I want to embrace the Prince of Peace. Let go of the things that give me anxiety, fill me with dread and fear and all those things, and then to hold on to relationships that matter, moments that have mattered in my life, and then, tie them all up and just try and live in the moment and be grateful and thankful and all these things. So I'd love to hear from you. How do you embrace simplicity? Whether you're a Christian or not, I think it's something we all try to strive for. Are there steps that you've already taken or you would like to take in the near future? Please comment below. I'd love to read about them. Please consider liking this video. If you want to receive more encouragement, consider subscribing and let us walk this journey of faith together. Thank you for watching. May you find peace in the quiet and joy in the simple.